Alright, it's Jared here for Crypto Plan. How's everyone going? Yeah, we're going to do ICP. We're going to do some ICP on the charts today. We've got some data. I'm not saying we've got the most data. I'm not saying that this is the lowest it'll dip, but it is a dip. And I think that it's potentially a local bottom. And I'll talk through what I'm seeing, what could happen, a couple of outcomes. But anyway, I've been posting up there on the YouTube kind of community comments there. I have made an entry. I've made entries from 220 and below. So that's confident enough for me, and I'm happy if it goes lower because it is what it is. It's not trying to get the exact bottom is near and impossible, and sometimes you nearly got to be glued to your screens or have sell orders, have limit orders that never get filled. So making an entry is the thing, right? So anyway, before we get into the ICP chart analysis, please like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and notification bell if you desire. All right, so you can see there's a triangle on the screen there. The price started quite high and it has gone down. So, 600 US dollars per token came down, found a little bottom there, kind of bounced back, got people all excited, went down to 250, people got excited. Yeah, I bought this coin, it's going to go up. No, more selling comes in, and I've talked through that in my last video. This is what happens. A lot of people have these coins at very, very cheap, as in they were early investors. They were given them because of whatever there's certain reasons why people get these coins. And then when they're listed on exchanges and there's an off ramp for them, they choose to sell out, and I guess that's just part of the game. It is no different than an ICO. And you saw what happened with, say, Coinbase ICO, not ICO, IPO. Coinbase kind of listed fairly high and then it retraced, so that's what happens sometimes, but it is what it is. So what we do as traders is we try and pick when it is going to do a reversal, or the bottom ideally, but picking a reversal pattern. And I believe that I'm seeing something along those lines. I'm seeing this candle here is a bit of a battle between bulls and bears. Long wick down, touched somewhere around 185. So would have been nice to catch that one, but they're quick kind of moments. And like I say, you would have had to have backed in that it would go as low as 180, 84, 85. My kind of initial prediction was always about 200. So when I saw it around 220, and I saw Peercoin was up at $4 today, I was like, well, that's the trade, that's the swap of a lifetime. And it's a good one for me because Peercoin is now back at, it's been fluctuating between kind of $2.80 and $3. So the spread on that trade, Peercoin was moving up, ICP was moving down. So there was a big spread. So it was kind of a good bang for buck swap. Anyway, what am I seeing? So we've got the triangle there. We've got this kind of angle that the triangle is coming down at. So let's just get our angle tool and kind of just go, well, what trend angle is that? That's 66 degrees there. And let's do a 66 degrees out of there. So 66 degrees, there we go. So we probably could pull that around to there, and that's fine. So yeah, assuming that this is the bottom, we're hoping or thinking that this will make its way up and it will test the top edge of this triangle about $380, and then maybe pull back and test the bottom edge of that triangle again, and then maybe kind of pull out of that triangle, maybe come back test that, and then kind of fly on out of there, right? So we're going to grind our way to the edge of this triangle. The triangle could widen. We could see another dip a little bit lower back down here. So we've got to be willing to expect anything. And if anyone's followed my videos of when I was predicting or trying to follow the breakout of Hathor networks, a similar thing happened, and there was kind of a bunch of bottoms, and it ground its way through this triangle, and you've just got to try and catch it at the lower edge of this horizontal, right? If you've got a bit of money to invest into it, you buy it down here on the lows. Trying to get it exactly at the bottom all the time is one thing, but in general, if you're buying kind of in the bottom third of this triangle, you're going to be in a good position when it breaks out to the upside. So you're gonna have the biggest percentage advantage buying down here. But if you're buying up at the top edge of this triangle, and when it pulls back every time, there's going to be that psychology where you've bought high and it pulls back, you've bought high and it pulls back. Not saying that eventually you won't be in profit, but because you'll be in negative profit a lot more. Whereas having entries down here right now, even if it dips a bit lower, it might kind of pull back quickly, and you'll be in the green a lot quicker than if you would have bought kind of day one. So that's the crack there. So what are we at? 203 now. So now for me, if I was buying more, or if I was in a position to be buying more, I would buy more now. And yeah, so we're looking at what kind of the 21st of May there, make its way up to touch the edge of the triangle, and then kind of a pullback. So that's the crack there. And then as far as kind of targets of where we're going, we don't have much to go on, so we can only kind of do a rough, and I'm talking about super rough, Fibonacci retracement. So all the way down there, and because it's dipped a bit lower, we can probably get a little bit aggressive on that. So somewhere towards 2000. So we're talking about once it breaks out, that's going to be the whether it's the take profit or the just the level to watch out for where it'll kind of react to. So if we're talking about this thing grinding the way through the triangle, breaking out somewhere down here, and then kind of printing all the way up towards 1900 there. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I think will happen. So there's not much more to it, to be honest. There's not a lot of data. We've just got to see this play out and see, if this angle in plays out to be the angle out, and then if it's kind of, a fairly consistent little price action that grinds its way in there, and then it flies onto the upside. So could we say, let's be thinking towards middle of June before a breakout, or start of June for a breakout, and then a week or so later for a bullish move, like a 2 or 3x. So that's where we're at now. But from there, if we were making entries right now, if we were just kind of going to go all in and assuming that it the 200s were the lowest it dips forever, that's a good 8x, 8 or 9x on your money. So not a bad trade at all if that plays out that way, considering a lot of things are very high at the moment in the market. And I think expectations should be around 5 times your money for for a lot of things, on the lower end anyway, and on the higher end 10x. So it's in there and about, and it's definitely the reason why I've put a little bit in it. I've got the grand total of one of these tokens, so I've got about about $200 in the game now. So that's not a lot. It's just a small bit of the monthly wage that you've got on the side there, just to throw in rather than having it as savings, right? Because that's the thing. Cash is not king, and crypto is king for me at the moment. So I'd much rather have my, any savings I do or any small bits of cash I do have on the side inside crypto, because I think in the longer short term, as in the next 6 months, it's the best place to have it. And then, seeing what will happen towards the end of the year and getting it all back out into those gold tokens, silver tokens, and or some cash to make some purchases of other assets, i.e. land, houses, and cars and whatnot. So that's where we're at. ICP is showing us a little bit more of where it potentially wants to bottom, and potentially wants to kind of bounce to the edge of that triangle and then pull back again, and then potentially make a breakout towards the start of June. And please don't take that as, financial advice or the fact of what will happen. It's a prediction. It is truly a prediction. You can't really tell what's going to happen. Like the RSI is down there and so oversold. So for it to go more oversold is kind of would be crazy, but you know, it can sell more. You know, there's every reason why it can sell more, but I think there's a lot more asymmetry in this trade at the moment. You know, the potential upside is greater than the potential downside. So that's what I like to trade in. That's the positions I like to start in, where there's good asymmetry. Like I said in other videos, if you want to just cash in and get quick cash, you wait till the things fly into the upside of that. Get a snippet of the big move, and you know, you could have your money in there for a week and it'll be a nice little swing trade. But for me, I want to buy the dip or buy the low edge and try and sell as close to that $2,000 line as possible, if that is the price target that I end up selling at. All right, ICP, that's the update. I hope that helps you all out. I know some of you in the comments are like, oh, wish I had have seen this before I bought, but that's fine too. You know, you can just keep adding. You can keep adding and dollar cost averaging in. So there is no drama with that. It has happened to me before where I bought at the top and watched it go down, 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 down. And then, you know, you've got that choice. Do you sit and wait or do you add? And sometimes it's better just to add, so that at least when it goes up, your dollar cost average is a lot better. Thanks for watching the video to the end. If you have, you are super duper supportive. If you have, like the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps me out, helps all the YouTubers out if you subscribe. It's not costing you anything. It doesn't hurt you to have that pop up in your subscribed page, and notification bell if you want to kind of be on the buzz, especially with these kind of premieres I'm doing now. I'm liking that vibe, you know, where I get to have a bit of interaction with you all, on anyone that wants to watch the premiere and have a few comments, answer a few questions there. Let me know if that suits you all. But yeah, I've been Jared, been Crypto Plan, and stay safe and good trading. Bye now.